Recorded Books and One Click Digital present Watch Out for the Big Girls by J. M. Benjamin. Narrated by Mirron Willis. Prologue 2006. Bubbles, what you doing up in there? The words of 23-year-old Charles Chase, known to the streets as Chase, penetrated the closed bathroom door of his honeycomb hideout as he impatiently yelled out. "I'm coming, baby," was the muffled response he got from the other side of the door. "Well, hurry up and bring that big ass out here then. Shit! You know I ain't got all damn day," Chase cursed. He reached over and picked up his chocolate-toned Gucci watch, lying on the nightstand next to the bed. He let out a gust of hot air in frustration, seeing that he was already 15 minutes behind schedule. By now, he thought he would be receiving the best oral he'd ever had in his life, followed by the wettest and freakiest sex in existence, compliments of what he called his big girl jump-off piece, known in his neighborhood as Bubbles. Instead, he lay there with a full-blown erection that stood at attention. Chase stroked his hardness as he envisioned what he intended to do to Bubbles when she came out of the bathroom. He had received a call from her about an hour ago, informing him that she was just leaving the gym and was running a little bit behind schedule of their agreed time to meet up. Had it not been for the fact that he was horny, his fiancée was away in Atlanta, and Bubbles was the only one with the ability to make him come quicker than any other female he'd ever been with, he would have canceled on her when she told him she would be late. Now, here it was, she was taking even longer freshening up after her workout session at the gym. This fat-ass bitch, Chase thought in frustration. She's been big all her motherfucking life since I've known her, and now she wanna start trying to lose that shit. Jack LaFucking-Lane himself couldn't help her ass. Chase snatched up the half-smoked blunt on the nightstand and relit it. He took a long drag of the drug and closed his eyes to marinate in its euphoria to calm his nerves. In less than 2 hours, he would be picking up his fiancée, Deborah, from McCarthy International, and he wanted to get his dick sucked properly before she returned. He felt like being freaky today, something he felt he couldn't be or do at home, but could do with Bubbles. Although he and Deborah had been together for 5 years, and he loved her, sexually, she just wasn't enough. He had known Bubbles before his street fame and fortune, since he was a kid, and had been addicted to the way her mouth felt on him, and he felt inside her since then. On countless occasions, he fantasized of Bubbles' mouth and wetness while Deborah performed oral on him and during sex. He wished Deborah could make him feel the way Bubbles did, and then there wouldn't be any need for a Bubbles, he reasoned with himself. But that wasn't the case. Chase took another pull of the weed, then glanced at his watch for a second time. Another 6 minutes had gone by. "Bubbles!" he barked. The irritation was apparent in his tone. "Bring your big ass out here. Don't nobody give a fuck how big you are. I ain't fucking your rolls," he added, with a light chuckle behind his words. The drug had taken effect. He was used to talking to her in that manner, with no regard to how it made her feel, just as he knew Bubbles was used to hearing it. He had no way of knowing the impact of his words today, though, and how they had penetrated the other side of the bathroom door. 22-year-old Tamara Washington, a.k.a. Bubbles, stared at herself in the full-sized mirror. The mascara and foundation she had just applied to her face began to run and smear from the tears that began to pour out of her eyes. She felt like a fool for crying over something and someone who couldn't care less about her, let alone have any type of love for her. If only my girls could see me now. It was because of them she was actually there in the first place. She knew they'd be disappointed and upset if they knew she was in the bathroom falling to pieces. They just don't understand, thought Tamara as she shook her head with self-pity. What they had continuously coached her through was not an easy task, especially when it involved the man she'd love, for as long as she could remember.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?